chime in.
I'll let you. If it's good, I'll start right now though.
I'm going to go ahead and do a quick welcome and we'll begin now. Good morning and welcome to San Diego City College. My name is Lori Oldham and I'm a Student Affairs Coordinator at San Diego City College. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to San Diego City College. We appreciate you joining us today. We're so excited that you've chosen the city to either begin or continue your education. And I can tell you that your journey at City is going to be phenomenal because City is a very special place. It's where dreams are birthed and where you'll receive an ultimate student experience. So even during this pandemic, we're right in the middle of it. And for you showing up and being here is just so audacious of you. You have the audacity to continue on with your education and dream big. So for that, we give you big props for that. You'll discover that City College is a community of caring and supportive people, from your faculty to staff members to programming and other students. We just have so much to offer and know that you're exactly where you need to be because City will take good care of you. We are one of the most social justice oriented colleges in the state of California. And we demonstrate that through our programming of inclusion and equity, and that we'll meet you where you're at to help cultivate the best you that you can be to create the finest citizen of the world. And it's our sincere desire to provide you with the highest quality of education that's designed with you and your success in mind. Our mantra is simple. It is students first. So this week we have planned some really terrific activities. Excuse me, it's our very first virtual welcome week. So that said, we're experiencing some rolling blackouts in our area. Should we disconnect for any reason, please hop back on. That's what we will do the same to continue. It happened already once this week, but just to let you know, you may want to stand by for that in case that happens. But you'll be hearing from faculty that can engage you with their courses, even invite you to enroll in their courses if you're still looking for classes to enroll in. You'll hear from staff that represent different programming, student support services, our help, student wellness and student health clinic, and our mental health clinic. You'll be hearing from different students that either are trying to start a club or in a club, and talk about the importance and the benefits of being a part of a club, because when you're connected, you do better. But this week is all about you. I look forward to seeing you all at City, tell you that we miss you so much. And I pray for the day that we're back on campus where we can be in the midst of all the hubbub and the excitement, because we build off one another. I can tell you that we miss our students and we miss each other because we only communicate through Zoom nowadays. So looking forward to that day. But until that, just know that this week is planned with you in mind. It's all about you. So let's get started. I'd like to welcome Madison to our welcome week, and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and the programming that she does. Welcome, Madison.
Hi, my name is Maddie. I'm a clinical counseling intern at the San Diego City College Student Health Center, specifically in the mental health counseling office. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of our services, and then a little later on show you a cute little PSA video we made. But I would like to start with a form of meditation called progressive muscle relaxation. So I'll walk you through that. If you would feel more comfortable turning off your camera while we do that, I invite you to do so. If you want to keep it on, that's also completely an option. So progressive muscle relaxation is an exercise that relaxes your mind and body by progressively tensing and relaxing muscle groups throughout your entire body. You will tense each muscle group vigorously, but without straining, and then suddenly release the tension and feel the muscle relax. You will tense each muscle for about 5 seconds. If you have any pain or discomfort at any of the targeted muscle groups, feel free to omit that step. Throughout this exercise, you may visualize the muscles tensing and a wave of relaxation flowing over them as you release that tension. It's important that you keep breathing throughout this exercise. Let's begin. Begin by finding a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down in a location where you will not be interrupted. Allow your attention to focus only on your body. If you begin to notice your mind wandering, bring it back to the muscle group you are working on. Take a deep breath through your abdomen, hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly. Again, as you breathe, notice your stomach rising and your lungs filling with air. As you exhale, imagine the tension in your body being released and flowing out of your body. And again, inhale and exhale. Feel your body already relaxing. As you go through each step, remember to keep breathing. Let's begin. Tighten the muscles in your forehead by raising your eyebrows as high as you can. Hold for about 5 seconds. And abruptly release, feeling that tension fall away. Now smile widely, feeling your mouth and cheeks tense. Hold for about 5 seconds. And release, appreciating the softness in your face. Next, tighten your eye muscles by squinting your eyelids tightly shut. Hold for about 5 seconds. And release. Gently pull your head back as if to look at the ceiling. Hold for about 5 seconds. And release, feeling the tension melting away. Feel the weight of your relaxed head and neck sink. Breathe in and out. In and out. Let go of all of the stress. In and out. Now tightly, but without straining, clench your fists and hold this position until I say stop. Hold for about 5 seconds and release. Now flex your biceps. Feel that buildup of tension. You may even visualize the muscle tightening. Hold for about 5 seconds and release, enjoying that feeling of limpness. Breathe in and out. Now tighten your triceps by extending your arms out and locking your elbows. Hold for about 5 seconds and release. Now lift your shoulders up as if they could touch your ears. Hold for about 5 seconds and quickly release, feeling their heaviness. Tense your upper back by pulling your shoulders back, trying to make your shoulder blades touch. Hold for about 5 seconds and release. Tighten your chest by taking a deep breath in and hold for about 5 seconds. And exhale, blowing out all of the tension. Now tighten the muscles in your stomach by sucking in. Hold for about 5 seconds and release. Next, I'll ask you to gently arch your lower back. Hold for about 5 seconds and relax. Feel the limpness in your upper body letting go of the tension and stress. Let's sit with that feeling for about 5 seconds and relax. Next, tighten your thighs by pressing your knees together as if you were holding a penny between them. Hold for about 5 seconds and release. Now flex your feet, pulling your toes towards you and tightening and feeling the tension in your calves. Hold for about 5 seconds and relax. Feel the weight of your legs sinking down. Now curl your toes under, tensing your feet. Hold for about 5 seconds and release. Now imagine a wave of relaxation slowly spreading through your body, beginning at your head and going all the way down to your feet. Feel the weight of your relaxed body. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. And now I invite you to gradually come back to the session, hoping you're feeling a little bit more relaxed in your body. A relaxed body is associated a little bit more with a relaxed mind. And then I'll get going on my presentation, okay? And thank you everyone for participating in that. So for those of you who don't know, all enrolled City College students are offered free confidential physical and mental health care through the campus's Student Health Center. I am here specifically to talk about the mental health care, and I think Michelle will speak a little bit later on the physical health services. The mental health counseling office offers individual, family, and couples counseling, so not just you. You can work one-on-one with a counselor, or you can bring a family member or a partner in to work on relationship issues. The other person does not need to be a City student, just as long as you are enrolled. All of our services are confidential and conducted over a HIPAA encrypted Zoom account, so they do not go on any student records. Any risks and limitations to teletherapy will be discussed at the start of our services. And best of all, our services are entirely free. A student health fee is part of tuition costs. It's just $20, and that covers all of your mental health care and most of your physical health care. So as I said, all of our services are confidential and conducted over a HIPAA encrypted Zoom account. So they do not, so they just are completely confidential. No one can have access to that. And then before we move on to the cute little PSA video I mentioned earlier, I just want to emphasize that there is no issue too big or too small to be seen. The world is wild right now. And if you aren't feeling stressed, I want to know your secret. Feeling overwhelmed is completely normal. And even if you're feeling like you can manage your issue right now, it's good to get, help before the problem turns into a crisis. We will do our best to provide you with services to meet your needs. However, if for some reason we just aren't a good fit, if you can be better served elsewhere, we will connect you with those referrals in the community. And then just one last plug, the mental health counseling also offers weekly virtual support groups. This semester we have, for instance, I can't remember all of them, but we have As I Am, which is a group for individuals with chronic illnesses / invisible disabilities. We have a support group for members of the LGBTQIAA+ community. We have a group called Open Space No Hate, which is for we'll say more progressive minded individuals. And then last of all, to make an appointment, you can visit our website or call our number. I will put both of those information in the Zoom chat, but also for any of our YouTube viewers, just say it out loud. Our number is 619-388-3055. So big takeaways in summary is services are free, confidential, and open to all City students. And with that, I'll play our cute little video. Also, I'm terrible at screen sharing on Zoom, so fingers crossed that this is a smooth transition. So give me one moment. All right, can I get a thumbs up if you guys can see? Any thumbs up?
Yes, we can see. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And I'm going to go for it.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, we're from San Diego City College Student Health Center.
Did you know that the Student Health Center is now offering free confidential telemedicine and teletherapy to eligible City College students?
What's teletherapy?
Teletherapy is mental health counseling and support offered via video chat.
Why would I need to do that?
There's a lot going on in the world right now. It's
confusing and chaotic and conflicting, and it has a toll on our students. Speaking to a mental health counselor allows them the abilities to balance their own personal stressors while also meeting their academic responsibilities. It's a unique space. It's a non-biased, non-judgmental, and confidential space for them to discuss any issues they're facing.
But does teletherapy even work?
Yes. Overall, the research shows that teletherapy is just as effective as traditional face-to-face counseling in a variety of circumstances.
And is it safe?
Yes, the Student Health Center uses a HIPAA encrypted Zoom account to ensure a secure connection for its students.
What if I live with roommates or family members? How can they ensure that I have the privacy?
Counselors will work with dedication and commitment to support students in creating privacy, whether it is through the use of a safe word or in finding a quiet area in the home, like the bathroom or in the car.
How much do these services cost? Nothing. Services are free because it's covered by your student health fee.
All right, cool. So is it only available in English?
Sessions are available in multiple languages. Please reach out to find out about our language options.
Okay, so how would I know if teletherapy is necessarily a good fit for my specific needs?
You can visit us at the Student Health Center's website and make sure you click on the Mental Health Counseling tab so you can request an easy and simple phone call consultation with one of our counselors.
Students can also be connected to supportive community referrals to ensure basic needs are being met, such as food, housing, and healthcare, and to learn more about the different virtual support groups that are being offered by the department. Staying connected with peers now is more important than ever.
What if I have questions about COVID-19 or another medical related issue?
The Student Health Center is also students' first stop for their physical health needs. We too have transitioned to the virtual world and are now offering telephone consultations and telemedicine services. Covered by your student health fee, these services are free and confidential for all City College students.
While you're on the Student Health Center's website, make sure to check out the tab for the Student Health Clinic. There you'll find the most up-to-date information related to COVID-19. There you will also be able to request a consultation with a nurse practitioner or a physician. This will give you the opportunity to explore any physical health symptoms you might be experiencing.
So spread the word. Please let your students and any friends or family you have at City College know about these invaluable resources.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We hope to hear from you soon.
Aren't my coworkers so cute? They're amazing. So I think that concludes the information I have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to City.
May I ask you a quick question, Maddie, while I still have you? So if I am a student and I'm having relationship problems with my parents or my partner or another student, and I'm wanting to get student counseling, does it cost anything extra for me to bring those parties in with me?
No, that will be completely free. As long as someone in that group is enrolled in at least half of a credit at City College, there will be no extra cost for family or relationship counseling.
Oh, that's great news. Thank you for that. And the other thing is there any limit for the amount of times a student can see somebody in your office within a semester? Is there a cap?
No, we generally operate on a short-term model. However, sessions, we try and keep them really collaborative between the student and the therapist. So if there is a need, there's a need. We're not going to turn anyone away. So there's no specific cap. We're not gonna be like, you had your 5 sessions. No, thank you.
Oh, that's tremendous. That's really great news. Thank you so much for leading us into a wonderful meditation today and getting us started for um, not only the day, but also to learn those tools that we can do those things every day, several times a day if needed. Because I just want to tell the viewers that um, San Diego City College cares about you, mind, body, and spirit. And we want to make sure that we nourish you while you are here taking your academic journey. So thank you so much, Maddie. Is there anybody else from your department this morning that wants to say a few words? I see Emily's here or Adriana. Is there anybody? Okay, then.
No, I think Maddie did a great job.
She did. Thank you so much, Maddie. And I appreciate all the support. As you can see, this is the best demonstration because with Maddie, she has 3 of her colleagues here with her to support. They support one another. So thank you so much again. We appreciate you and have a great day.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful to be here.
Thank you. And we're going to transition on to our next presenter. And I want to introduce Michelle, who will be talking about our Student Health Center. So without further ado, thank you for coming, Michelle. You're on, and we appreciate you being here today.
Good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome to City College. We welcome you warmly and with open arms, and we're sorry that this could not be more intimate, but we're doing the best we can. But just know that we are here to serve you. Just echoing the sentiments of Maddie and Lori, we are here for you. Never forget that. We are here to serve you. You are central to what we do, and I feel so blessed to have a dedicated team working together. You know, we work collaboratively with mental health. I'm Michelle McCurdy, and I am one of the nurse practitioners. We have Debbie Helm, who is another one of our nurse practitioners, and Dr. Carol, who is our medical director. So just know that even though we are virtual right now, we are providing as much as we possibly can in a virtual world, and one would be surprised with exactly how much we can provide. Really, 80% of a diagnosis is what is the story that you're telling us. And we do visits over the phone or as needed, and if appropriate, we'll also do a Zoom visit. We pretty much can handle most anything that any regular doctor's office can handle. We write prescriptions, we can order blood draws, we can order labs and x-rays, we can order, we can write notes if you're missing class or, you know, you need a doctor's note for work. So we do provide a full service, and anything we can't provide, we will be able to refer you or help you out in some way or other. So just know that if you're not sure where to go, if you don't have insurance, if you don't have a regular doctor, just please do reach out to us. On our website, we have a Google form link that you can just click on and fill out the information. We're checking those messages every hour and regularly, and we're getting back to students as soon as we possibly can. Phone calls as well. Feel free to give us a call, leave us a message. We're checking those messages regularly as well, and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. That phone number, and if you are able to, I would just go ahead and put that in your phone right now. And that way, if you're sick or you have a sniffle or you have a question at all, you can just look us up on your phone and give us a call. And that number is 619-388-3450. Again, 619-388-3450. So once again, we are here to serve you, and we welcome you, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if I left anything out. Maddie works very closely. She used to work at helping us out at the front desk. So if there's anything else that I'm missing, because this is the first time I've actually done this in this arena, just feel free to fill in for me if there's anything I'm missing.
I think Maddie has stepped out, but may I ask a couple of questions,
Sure.
Michelle? So what if I'm a student and I'm feeling like I have bronchitis or a urinary tract infection, something that I think will require antibiotics? Can you walk me through the process of how I would contact you
Yeah.
and how you would diagnose me and so forth?
Absolutely. So you would contact us either via our Google form, or if you prefer, you can leave a message on our phone, 619-388-3450. Leave us a message. Someone from our team will call you back or respond to your Google form, either by phone or by email, whatever preference you indicate on that form. And then we will have a brief discussion over the phone and figure out if it's something we can just treat over the phone, or if we need to actually do a Zoom call, or if it's something that you really need to go in and have a physical exam, in which case we would refer you to a community clinic or your regular doctor, or what have you. Say it is, most things, like I said, like a urinary tract infection can be treated over the phone, because most of that is symptoms. We typically, and it depends on the history, everything is a case-by-case basis. Nothing is really black and white. So, but for the most part, we can treat a urinary tract infection over the phone. If I need a urine sample, then I would order that urine sample test online and send the student over to one of our labs. We contract with Quest Labs to drop off the sample. And then I would prescribe an antibiotic, and we do have e-prescribing with our electronic medical system. So I would e-prescribe an antibiotic, and then follow up or continue, any other treatment as needed. Hopefully that answers your question, Lori.
Yes, perfectly. Thank you so much. So what if I'm a student and with the COVID pandemic going on right now and folks that are really hurting in terms of money, what if I don't have the money to pay for prescriptions or a test? Is there a way that your student health clinic can help me?
Yes. So first of all, the lab tests, when we order them, we do offer extremely low cost. We only charge students what the lab charges us. So for example, if a student wants a regular blood panel of just to check cholesterol, like a basic health panel, our clinic only charges $45, I believe. Don't quote me on that, $40 or $45 for that panel. That same panel, if you went to a regular doctor's office and had to pay, now that can range, I've heard quotes from, $200 to $500 for that very same panel. So just so I want students to know that we do offer extremely discounted prices, but at the same time, if you cannot pay, we will work with you. We do work with students who are unable to afford it, because again, our goal is to take care of our students.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And I wanted to add that I'm a San Diego City College student alumnus, and I wanted to share a story that when I was taking classes, I didn't have a job. I was a full-time student, and I was living under poverty. So I got sick. I didn't have health insurance, and I was sent to your clinic. And what I received there was excellent care, and I didn't have money to pay for my the antibiotics that I needed for what turned out to be bronchitis. And what ended up happening, and I know you all do this there, I just want students to know, is that an IOU was written to me so that you all provided me the prescription that I needed to get well. I didn't have to pay it front, and I just needed to pay it back as soon as I could. And
Right.
I think it'd be like 9 months to pay that back, but it's always impressed upon me how caring our college is. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, we do have an IOU system. We do, have a fund that can help students that just cannot pay at all. The amount of money in that fund varies, but we work with students as much as we can where they're at, and also look at providing community resources as well. So we really do our very best. You know, students are not left behind.
And I think that's so outstanding. And I want our students to know again that you all care so much. We care about you students, and whatever your needs are, we will do our very, very best to meet those needs and meet you where you are. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate your time. I guess I'll be seeing you this afternoon for our PM session.
That's right. I'll be. Thank you so much, Lori. And thank you, everybody. Welcome once again. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you so much. You too. Have a great day. Thank you.
too.
Thank you. So at this time, we are just awaiting our next presenter. And when that person arrives, we'll get right on that particular presentation. But until then, I want to offer our smooth jazz listening by our DJ Sylvia Ramirez. If she could play some music while we await our next presenter. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much for those smooth sounds, Sylvia. We really appreciate it. I see our next presenter is present with us. And so I'd like to introduce to you Darwin Brown, and he's from our DSPNS department. And Darwin, without further ado, I would love to spotlight you, but for some reason I can't. Let's see. I think it's when you come on live, I'm able to spotlight you. But if you're ready,
Okay.
we are ready.
I'm here.
Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you so much for coming today. This
Yeah.
is Darwin Brown. I'll let you go ahead and take it away, Darwin.
Okay. Hello. Like she said, my name is Darwin Brown. I've been with the district for 20 years and counting. Started when I was a baby, and I've been here with the DSPS the entire time. So I'm gonna give you a little spiel about the DSPS and how we can serve you. Whoop, whoop. Thanks, Sylvia. I'm actually subbing in for our coordinator, Breanne Kennedy, which she just handed it off to me because she had some other things to attend to. So I'm flying by the seat of my pants, actually. But I've been here for 20 years, so I do know the ropes. DSPS, what we do is we offer accommodations for students with disabilities, with verified disabilities. Everything is online now, so you can apply through our website at sdcity.edu/DSPS will take you directly there. The accommodations now they're being a little bit tweaked because we're in the remote setting, so certain things aren't as applicable, but we are still here for you, and any accommodations we don't like to say help you and that you feel is like a justifiable accommodation. You can present that to our counselors, and we can try to implement as an accommodation. The accommodations are just going to be extended test taking time, because now you guys are in your own world. You don't necessarily have to go to an office to my sound is going. Okay, hold on. Let me just speak a little bit louder, maybe, and hopefully that'll go through. So once you do our application, present your documentation, you'll be assigned a counselor. You and your counselor will go one-on-one to decipher what types of accommodations would be best for you. But like I said, in this setting, testing accommodations is the main concern. For a lot of students, getting extended test taking time. Campus would be a distraction risk, and there's less distractions, less students, but now you're in the remote world, so those distractions are more on you to get rid of those distractions, which I know can be a challenge. So we are being lenient on when you're scheduling your test and what have you. Sorry about that. We'll also be connected with other offices such as EOPS. And I know EOPS they have requirements that you be full-time status. So being in the DSPS, sometimes a full-time status just isn't feasible. So we can write letters saying that you can have a reduced course load of, say, 8 units, 10 units, or whatever the case may be, so that you could still qualify for those other supplemental programs. We also just have started a disability club, which is like a disability honor society that we invite students to be a part of. It is a part of Delta Alpha Phi is a national honor society. They recognize achievement with students with disabilities. We build community. leadership and advanced social justice for students with disabilities. So we would love for you to be a part of that. So you could also inquire about that through our website. And just in case you didn't get that website ahead of time, because I was going in and out, it is sdcity.edu/DSPS. Takes you right to our website. Sign language interpreters are things that we would provide. Note-taking services was a thing that we provided on campus where people would take notes for you or some sort. So there is, we've tweaked that a little bit. So you can get like notes ahead of time, possibly from the professor. Student calculators aren't. So if you have a disability that you think that puts you at a disadvantage, well, then we just try to reverse that and make it an even playing field. Other than that, have our own counselors. So plan, you wouldn't necessarily need to go to general counseling. General counseling is they have a really high workload. So oftentimes students find it harder to get into general counseling. But if you already have a DSPS counselor or an EOPS counselor for that matter as well, you could also get your ed plans from that counselor, and they have all of the same knowledge education wise for you. The documentation, the documentation that would be needed would be from a physician. It would be from a physician or a learning disability specialist. Right now, when we were on campus, we were offering learning disability testing for students that did not have a diagnosed disability, but thought they may have a learning disability. But we can still take your application, and we're still having you meet your, says my internet connection is unstable. So that's another problem. Yeah, I'm having buffering problems as well. That's the problem with the remote world. We have to rely on other things, unfortunately. So I am going to cut short, but the documentation, you would get that from your physician. We're just looking for a diagnosis letter that states what your disability is. It would be helpful if they had what kind of limitations that are involved in that disability. And it is a case-by-case basis. Not every disability, so two people have the same disability, don't necessarily get the same accommodations. So it's important for that one-on-one meeting for you guys, you and your counselor, to decipher what accommodations are best suited for you. So we have a load of accommodations, but it's not like a buffet. You come eat all you want. It's particular to your case. So come visit our website. Sorry about the internet connection, and hopefully I'll see you guys around.
Darwin, thank you so much for your presentation. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for getting through what is, often happen, technical difficulties. We appreciate you being here. And for those viewers out there, there's wonderful information on their website. Thank you so much, Darwin. We appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thank you. It was good seeing you, Lori.
Thank you. You as well. Take care of that baby.
I will.
All right. Take care. Next, I'd like to introduce to you my colleague that worked with me in the Office of Student Affairs. And he's here to talk about scholarships and who can't do with some free money. So without further ado, I'd love to thank you so much for stepping in, Sylvia. And I'm going to spotlight her, and I'll have you take it away. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sylvia Ramirez, and I am the scholarship coordinator here at San Diego City College. I'm happy to welcome you to City College and let you know about some free money that we have coming out of my office. My office is under the Office of Student Affairs, If you would like to reach out to the scholarship office, you can email me directly. I'll share my information on the YouTube channel once I am done with the presentation. Today, I'd like to let you know about some opportunities that we have for our incoming students and ones that we have for those who may be continuing students and reviewing this information as well. So we here at City College have unique scholarships that are just for our City College students, meaning you will only be competing against your peers here on this campus. That is a great advantage for those who decide to apply to scholarships because each year we have about 1,000 students who apply for 45 or more scholarships within our City College scholarship pool. So what that means for you is that you aren't competing statewide, you aren't competing nationwide, you're just competing with those here on this campus. And we usually have 45 opportunities, and one of those opportunities is usually just tailor-made for you. And what I mean by tailor-made for you is that it can cover a major, it could cover community service, and they could be academic based. Most of our scholarships are going to be for those students who pursue 9 or more units within a semester and are enrolled for 2 semesters with us. Usually, most of our scholarships are going to require that you complete 12 or more units, but this year, I have a very unique opportunity from Silvergate Bank. Silvergate Bank has pledged $2,000 to our students. Let's click on this link so you can learn more about this scholarship opportunity. This scholarship opportunity does require you to be pursuing an associate's degree and be part of our Umoja program or be pursuing that associate's degree in our Black Studies program. For this one, you can see students just need to be enrolled for 6 or more units. I said sometimes it's 9 units, but sometimes we can work with the donor to see if they can lower that unit count. In this particular case, 6 units is what the donor asked for. Now you will notice that we do require that you have a GPA of 3.0 and above. This is one scholarship that is going to be academic based, but when we kick off our scholarship cycle come December 1st, of this school year, you'll see that some of the GPAs might start at 2.0, some of them might be 2.5, and some of them might be 3.0, just like this one. If you fit the requirements for this scholarship, you may want to decide to review it and see if you can apply. The scholarship will close on 10/4, so it's not really a huge window of opportunity, but you do have about a month and a half to try to attain this scholarship and work on your application. As you can see, this scholarship can be up to $1,000. What that means for students is that our scholarship donors will award anywhere from $250 up to $1,000. So you really want to work on that essay and be outstanding so that you can hopefully get $1,000. As you can see, this scholarship has a great question. It has, how has your identity and experience shaped you and guided you to your current or educational major? This is going to be a great question for students. If you have no idea where to start with this question and want to apply to this scholarship and may or may not meet all the requirements, I would encourage you to start journaling. A journal is a great way to really delve in deep in your academic studies, as well as finding out what your career goals are, what your passion is, and what challenges you may incur. So if you're not ready to apply for this scholarship today or aren't sure how to start with that question, you can reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now so that I can pull up a different presentation that has my email address so that you can reach out directly to me if you need help with this scholarship. Hopefully, all of you are very familiar with navigating our websites and learn more about our scholarships. I just pulled it up, so sorry for the delay. Let me share my screen with you so you can get my email address and also get information on how to reach me. This is my information, so sramirez003@sdccd.edu. I'll also share it in the chat. Or you can leave me a voicemail at 399-3159. Please allow 48 to 72 hours for me to reach back out to you. I'm happy to help with any questions you might have. Don't be shy. This is definitely me inviting you to have a chat with me. So just let me know when you're ready to apply for a scholarship, and I'm very happy to help you and walk you through the process of creating your profile and or working on your scholarship essay. I'm going to pass it back over to Lori because it looks like our next speaker has arrived. Thank you so much for tuning in and learning about scholarships.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. Appreciate you so very much. Yes, Sylvia is my colleague, and we get to work with one another in the Office of Student Affairs. And I can just tell you that her contributions to our office through her scholarships, developing that scholarship presence at City College has assisted so many students, countless students. And so thank you for that great work, Sylvia. Appreciate you. And so next we're going to transition to Marco Anzures, and he is going to talk to you about physical fitness. So thanks for joining us, Marco. Without further ado, I'm putting the spotlight on you.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you. I'm happy to be here again and be able to share with our new students and the returning students at City College a little bit about the school I come from. So has many departments in it, and I'm going to show us here on my screen so we have something to look at together. And so I'm Marco Anzures. You can just call me Coach Marco. I'm our women's cross country coach, and I teach a health course, and I teach in our exercise science courses, or it's easier to think of them as our fitness courses where we're doing exercise and physical activity. And I also work we have our health, exercise science, and athletics school, and there are these 3 departments there. And so I'm going to share a little bit about kind of what we offer, and in particular what we can offer our students in the virtual environment, and then as they're looking for their academic career, what types of things they might be able to pursue if they're interested in health and exercise science. So, you know, we have made, like everybody else, we have made the jump to everything is virtual now. And so we've spent a good part of, well, spring and summer, our instructors and professors taking the courses that we have, whether it's an exercise course, so teaching us about, you know, how active are we supposed to be each week? What type of strength exercise do we need to do, depending on maybe your age, depending on, you know, what your personal goals are. We've taken those types of courses and we've converted them online. And so you can access them on your computer, you can access them on your smartphone, you can access them in person, real time, you can access them at a later time. You take the course and then you have workouts that you can do and information that's shared with you offline. And so we're excited to be able to let students know that we do have these things available for you. And I think they're important during this particular time because, you know, many of us stuck at home. I noticed that I'm a little bit less active than I normally do. I spend most of my day, you know, is outside with my students when we're doing our exercise courses, and I'm a lot of walking around. And now I don't get that as much, but having a course that we can look forward to each week offers this outlet, good stress relief, but also it makes you feel good because when we exercise, it releases some of those endorphins and we feel good after. And it's a great thing to supplement some of your academic courses. You know, when we think of them traditionally academic courses, these fitness courses are academic too. You are moving around, but you're learning about what you're doing and the benefits that it's giving you, and then what you can do, maybe sharing that information with other people. So I want to just briefly kind of go over all the things that we offer. You know, one of our popular courses is our health course. Health 101 is a general education course, so it's a transfer level course, and it introduces concepts in your dimensions of health and wellness. So we're looking at things beyond just nutrition and physical activity, like what we do in those areas, but we're looking at our psychological health. So we like our emotions, you know, what types of things we have to do to help recognize and regulate our emotions. We talk about communication skills and how that relates to how we build friendships and how it relates to our support system. We talk about our spiritual health. So how we feel in terms of our community, what things are we doing for self-care. So there are a lot of things that topics that we cover there, and we look at differences in health outcomes amongst different groups of people, between gender, between sex, between different ethnicities, and what does that mean for me or my community and my health. And so that's a really great one, because we focus on taking, being able to recognize maybe some negative health behaviors we have or positive ones, and then actually taking action. So we help you create kind of an action plan to help change your behavior. You do that during the semester, and then afterwards you can carry those skills with you to help continue making positive behaviors, look for good health information, and then you can, it benefits you, benefits your family, benefits your community. So that's a great one there, because it touches on a lot of different topics. So if you're in biology or nursing or chemistry, those are things that fit your interest in physical activity, maybe being a coach, PE teacher, then we have something for you in this health course. And then another one that's extremely popular too is we have several nutrition courses. So we have basic nutrition, and then there's nutrition for like sports performance that you can take. So most people, I'd say, are interested in, what do I eat? How do I know what's supposed to be good for me? Well, these courses are going to help you do that. Health and nutrition, these are going to be online courses that you can choose to either take at a particular time. So there's a set time that you're going to log in online and be on Zoom, or you'd be able to take it where there is no set time, and you're going to be able to follow the class information at your own pace each week. So we offer a nutrition transfer degree. So you could take these courses. Maybe you want to be someone who works with people and helps coach them in nutrition, maybe become a dietitian. This transfer degree and the courses we offer can help you do that. And so this might be something that you're interested in, but even if that's not what you'd like to do, a nutrition course is something I think everybody, I think is very helpful for everyone to take, because it kind of just gives you a little bit of that background information about, when I'm at the store, what can I eat? There's lots of different options that you can do. Your preferences, you can choose what you like and make it work for you and your family. And then we also have a plethora, so a huge amount of options of fitness classes. These are our exercise science courses. So when you look into our schedule, you'll search exercise science, and you'll see all of these fitness classes. We have yoga, weight training, cardio conditioning. I offer a cardio conditioning that's like a running course. And so you get a plan, you can run outside or you can do workouts at home. We have cardio and core conditioning inside, working on core strength, but then also some cardio conditioning. All levels, from introductory to more advanced. We have kickboxing. Alan Rivera is an excellent instructor in our kickboxing courses, martial arts courses. We have, there's a hiking course. That's a new one that we picked up and began over for this fall. So you can take a hiking course, really popular one right now. So you can go wherever you like, and there's going to be options for you. You'll learn kind of what you're supposed to do when you're on a hike, some safety measures, what do you have to be able to do. So if that's more your speed, you want to get out in the environment, we have a hiking course. Let's see, there's going to be a couple other ones. We have actually our sport courses. So we have intercollegiate teams. So we have college teams that are competing, but we also have sport classes. So if you're interested in building skills in basketball, volleyball, beach volleyball, soccer, let's see, we have a golf course. You can take those online too, and we have some skill development and some conditioning specific to that. And so moving on, we also have a kinesiology degree. So this is another transfer level degree. So you take these sequence of courses and you can transfer to a California State University or California State College. And you can, if you're interested in maybe being a coach, working with people in the health industry, doing research, looking at how exercise habits affect health outcomes. If you're interested in biology, physiology, chemistry, and you like movement, and you like exercising, maybe kinesiology is something you'd be interested in. We have an introduction to kinesiology online course, and that's something that you may be interested in taking. The course offers a look at kind of what you can do in the industry, what types of jobs you might be interested in, what you could do. And so that's a great course that we offer online as well if you want to be a coach, athletic trainer. And so we offer those ones. I mentioned athletic teams. So we do have intercollegiate teams at San Diego City College, and all coaches accept new athletes from introductory level to advanced. If you're interested in pursuing transferring and continuing to compete on a college team, we offer that for you. If you just want to be part of a supportive group, people working together towards a common goal, challenging yourselves physically and mentally, that athletic team is great for you. You don't have to want to transfer and compete too. We offer that. And as a coach, I can say that, one of the positive benefits of being on one of these teams is you have a nice tight-knit group of people, friends, and a support group. You have your coach. We work with a counseling staff. We have our own eligibility specialist that helps us out, but you have this nice tight-knit core. Everyone's keeping you directed towards your ultimate goal, whatever that happens to be, certificate program or transfer degree or technical degree, whatever it is, that they're going to focus in on you, and you have somebody there that you can rely on. And then finally, we also have a fitness specialist. So this is somebody in a program that helps you if you want to be like a personal trainer, you want to work one-on-one, or you want to work maybe in a group environment with people. This is a 1-year degree. It's 2 semesters if you took it full time, but you can spread it out. But what it does is it helps prepare you to take the personal training certificate with ACE to become a certified personal trainer. You have an internship. You do learn about the ins and outs of how do you run your own business as a personal trainer. And so if that's something that you've been interested in, or maybe you're interested in kinesiology, but you want to pursue this first, personal trainer, and then maybe you continue working on your degree in kinesiology. So we have lots of things that we've moved online for you guys. And so, we've taken it now. You can be on your computer, you can be on your mobile device, and we have an instructor that's going to be there for you. They've recorded sessions for you. They've tied other sessions to lots of content online, but they've chosen it specifically for you and their class, whether it's going to be live in person or you're going to be able to watch it online. And so we want to stress to our students, new and returning, that we have these types of opportunities for you in college here at San Diego City College. And so you should check us out, search Exercise Science, and you'll be able to see a whole list of courses. So you can see some of the images here. If we were in person, this is what it would look like a little bit, yoga, and we have personal training here, got kickboxing and soccer, and we have our cross country team. So if there's something you're interested in, you want to move and sweat a little bit, we definitely have something for you guys, and we want to see you, because as energetic as I might appear now, our other instructors are even more when they're giving their courses. It's going to feel like you're there in person. So we amp it up for you guys to make sure that you're going to have a great experience, even though we don't get to be in person. This right here is just kind of showing us what it might look like in our course catalog. So you can kind of see what the information is. So you can see there, it says Exercise Science abbreviated, and then it has kind of the name and the list of courses. And so one thing to look out for is that if you want to choose a class that's at a specific time, it'll have a time listed there. And so let's say it's like 9:35 to 11 a.m. and it'll have the days. Your instructor will expect you to be there at that time, and they're going to walk you through your session online. If you want something that's not, you can be a little bit more flexible and you can complete the work at your own time. Just make sure that it doesn't have a time listed there, and it'll say that this is going to be a class that you can do at your own particular time. So at the bottom, an example would be, we have these intro to kinesiology classes, and there's no time or day. That means during the week, your instructor will have a set of things they'd like you to complete, and you get them done at your own time, and you'll communicate with your instructor in various ways. So that's just a good example of what it might look like if you're searching Exercise Science online. And then another thing I want to share with you guys, this happened a couple of days ago. We're really excited. One of our instructors paired up with our renowned Jazz 88.3 station, and they got us a little spot on the radio. And so I'm going to play it for you guys so you can hear a little bit about kind of what this is for our kinesiology class. So let me pull out here so I can see it. And
in today's world of physical activity and health, could it be more important? Sign up for Introduction to Kinesiology today. This online class emphasizes the importance of physical activity on physical health and on the cognitive, emotional, and spiritual well-being. It also includes current and emerging issues in foods and nutrition. The discipline of kinesiology provides career opportunities in exercise science and coaching, and is a gateway to careers in physical therapy and cardiac rehabilitation. Classes have begun online, but there's still time to sign up. Contact Coach Paul Greer at pgreer, that's PGREER, at sdccd.edu for more information.
And there you guys heard it. He's straight from our radio station. That's Paul Greer. He's one of our kinesiology instructors, well-versed in everything in terms of kinesiology and what it offers you. He's been a coach. He's been an instructor in exercise science at City College for, I think over 2 decades now. And so he'll be your go-to. He's a great person to link up with if you're interested in things like coaching, physical therapy, athletic training, being a researcher and exercise oriented. So that would be a great class for you. And then just finally here, this is just a little bit more about me. If you're interested in running, I mentioned I was our women's cross country coach, but you know, if you're men or women, if you're interested in running after a cardio conditioning class, a couple options that you can take. The easiest way to reach me is my phone number at the bottom. You can just text me 619-818-2203, and I'll answer any of your questions. I can give you a permission code, ad code, and then we can get you started. But you have this week and you have next week. So you have a lot of time to work out your schedule and see if something works for you. But we're really excited to have you guys here at City College. We want to support every single night that we possibly can. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. And then you can find us on Instagram. Our department has an Instagram handle. I didn't write it down here, but you'll be able to find us. I'm just going to say it anyway. It's going to be SD City Nights, and you'll find us there. That's our athletic department, our exercise science department. If you direct message us there at SD City Nights, we'll direct you to the right coach, the right instructor, and the right course for you. So thanks again, guys, for having me on. This has been a real treat. I like getting in front of everybody and just kind of sharing what our corner of campus has to offer.
Marco, thank you so much. I'm wondering, that's amazing information that you just gave, and I appreciate your energy. With the 2 minutes that we have left, is there anything that you would be able to offer our viewers? Like, we are all sitting at our desks or at our tables and Zooming a lot. Is there any like quick 2-minute exercise that we should work to do because our shoulders get stressed, our backs hurt? Is there something you could lend us some help on that?
Yeah, you know, I can just do something really quickly. I mean, like I'm sitting at my desk, so I have 2 minutes. So, you know, just something I do with my students, you know, we always want to warm up, and you can use this as anything. You know, typically I try to stand up, you know, every, 20 minutes or so from sitting down. But here's an easy one. Anyone I think could do this. And let's say you stand up and you can just do easy leg lifts. This is just to kind of help move the hips around a little bit. If you can't grab your knee in front, you can always just go up and you're just lifting your legs. So this is something, and you know, I choose an easy number like 10. You know, so we're just kind of going like this. It kind of gets things a little bit going. You know, we're moving our legs around. That's always good here. You know, another thing easy to just for your shoulders, because if we're sitting at our desk, you know, we're kind of hunched over. So a good thing is, I mean, I like this, and they do it in yoga. You just take you can just do shoulder circles backwards, you know, as you do this. You know, I think a good thing, and you get this in yoga a lot. And the reason I really like yoga now for this particular time is we can work on being mindful. And so if you're stretching, we do stretching in a lot of our courses, working on flexibility. Switch directions with your shoulders. You know, it's a good time when you're just focusing on something really simple to just, mindfulness is where you practice being in the moment. So you'll have all these thoughts that kind of run through your mind, but you're just not catching on to them. You're just letting them pass you by. And working on simple things during flexibility or yoga, working on a particular posture, keeps you in the moment and is a good stress reliever. So that's an example of self-care, things we talk about in our health class, but in our fitness courses as well. And then if you want to amp it up a little bit, you know, you can, if we're working on upper body still, then you can just you start out with, you know, some small arm circles. And so, you know, just to keep it low intensity, but we're just moving a little bit, and it's warm. So you start sweating, you know, I'm already feeling it a little bit. You can make these arm circles a little bit bigger. You know, and you do this for, you know, a couple seconds, you start to feel some of those shoulder muscles, deltoids, your back muscles, and then you just reverse maybe the other way. You go the other way. That's good. That's perfect right there. So that could be a little bit of upper body. And then another really easy one, we are sitting down, right? So if we sit, you know, our legs are in this position. So maybe we want to get a little stretch for our hip flexors. So that's that muscle here in the front. So let's say I want to do my left one. So I just stick my left leg back just, you still have to have balance. So if it's back here, my knee is bent a little bit. If I squeeze this butt cheek here, I feel a nice little stretch, and I can stay like this, or I can take this left hand on the same side. I just raise it up, and now it's all the way across the hip. These muscles cross and they attach at our ribs and our spine. And you can't see my heel, but this back leg, if I push the heel down towards the ground a little bit, I might feel a little deeper stretch. You do this maybe a 10 count, then you can relax, and then you can just switch and you do the other leg. We'll end with this last one. So right leg is back, you still have balance. I'm squeezing this butt cheek, the one I want to stretch, and then maybe I just put my hand up like I have a question, because that again stretches these muscles attached here, across the rib cage, all the way across the hip. Well, I think this is an important, any iteration of something like this, because we sit down a lot. It's really simple. So this is like be a flexibility exercise, just maintaining range of motion so we don't lose it. And then you can relax. And so that's something simple that you can do. Maybe every 20 minutes or so, you can stand up, walk around, maybe do a couple of those. But our instructors, that's a good example. Thanks for asking me to share. They give you these little tips, and whatever sticks with you, you start adding them to your day. That's a behavior change. It'll take a while, but you make this behavior change. All of a sudden, it becomes a part of who you are anymore, and you don't have to really think about it anymore, and you've made a positive change. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know about anybody else, but I was doing them with you, and I can tell you that I feel so much better getting back to sit down, and that was just 2 minutes. So those are such helpful tips, and thank you so much. And Sylvia says she feels alive. So
Oh, yeah.
we're getting all kinds of great comments from YouTube and from folks that are watching. Margot, thank you so much for being with us. And
Yeah, this was great.
have a great day. We appreciate you so kindly.
Yeah, you guys too.
Thank you so much. Take care. Gosh, so hopefully that felt so good. I just can't even say how much. But moving on to our next presenter, who is here to join us from our tutorial center at City College. I'd love to introduce to you Charlene Jones, and I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you now. Charlene, go ahead and take it away. Thanks for being with us today.
Hi, thank you, Lori. Good morning, students. And I would welcome you to the Tutorial Learning Center in San Diego City College. We serve the San Diego City College and ACC students and help you to achieve your academic goals. The Tutoring Center helps to build confidence and self-esteem by providing a positive learning experience. I would like to share my screen and tell you how you can get registered with the Tutorial Center. So let's see. Share. So we're going to go to the City College website, and we're located under Student Services. After you go to Student Services, you can scroll down and you'll find the Tutorial Learning Center. And so then that gives you the information. We will start the Canvas tutoring on Monday, and our hours for the fall semester will be Monday through Thursday from 10 to 6, and Fridays 10 to 2. On the Canvas, it'll be staffed exclusively by the city students that are tutors from City College. They have taken the same classes that you've been taking, and they were successful, and they enjoy helping others. So I will take you to our Canvas site so you can take a look at what that looks like. So there's our introduction. And then if you have any questions, you can click on either my name or Cynthia's name, depending on the time of day, to ask for guidance. We also have an email at citytlc19@gmail.com if you have any additional questions. In addition to tutoring, we have study guides. So if you go over here and click on modules, The first one you'll see is study skill resources. So you'll get tips on listening to lectures, note-taking, reading, learning your learning styles. So you might learn better by hearing or by actually doing kinesthetically, or you're more of a visual learner. So through that PowerPoint, you'll learn what your learning style is and how you can use that to learn better. Memory, test taking, test anxiety. And then if you scroll down, then you'll see that there's study guides on different subjects. So we have accounting, biology, chemistry. There's a lot of resources for math, physics, as well as Spanish. And then we also have a social media page on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com sdcity/TLC. And on the Facebook page, you'll find additional resources like you see here with the study guides and study skills. But in addition there, you'll see introductions by the tutors and so that you can get to know them a little bit better and who they are. Let's see. The subjects that we'll be tutoring on Canvas are Arabic, math, biology, chemistry, Spanish, and physics. Let's see. Studying with a tutor is a great way to reinforce the material and prepare for tests. And I hope to see you soon and that you have a terrific and awesome semester.
Really, thank you so much for that very informative presentation. I ask a quick question though. If I'm a student, like, do I need a referral code to get into tutorial service? Could you walk us through the process, like how students can access your services?
No, it's completely self-referral. They can go right here to the San Diego City College webpage and find us here, and then they just click log into Canvas Tutoring. And by logging into the Canvas Tutoring, they're registering for tutoring. And to log into Canvas, you just need your student ID for your username, and then your password is your birthday. Oh, I didn't talk about e-tutoring. And so the Canvas tutoring has the set hours, but the e-tutoring gives you additional hours late at night or early morning, as well as the weekend. And with e-tutoring, you have to, there's a short account to create, and that's how you register with them. Did that answer your question, Lori?
Yes, it did. Thank you so much, and for bringing up the e-tutoring. What are your hours for e-tutoring? I see that it's 7 days a week.
It's 7 days a week. That some of the tutors begin as early as 6 a.m. and as late as midnight.
Wow.
And so you just, after you click on, I'll go ahead and click so you can see what that page looks like.
Thank you.
And then at the top, it says weekly tutor schedules are available here. So you click there, and then you can see the many subjects and
oh, that's very informative.
So it really is 7 days a week, and depending on the subject, it's, oh, here's calculus. It starts at 5 a.m. There's a 2-hour session from 5 to 7. a.m. and then as late as from 10:30 to 11:30.
Well, that's information our students can really use, Charlene. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your very informative presentation and a very comprehensive look at the Tutorial Learning Center. So I'll always remember it as TLC. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Have a great day. So moving on to our next presentation, I'd love to welcome Ebony Tyree. She is one of the co-directors for our wonderful Umoja program at San Diego City College, and a great friend and colleague. So without further ado, Ebony, welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. How are you? Good to see you, Lori. I just want to first start with, and I know we're a little early, just a couple of minutes because it's supposed to be 10:30, but it gives me a little time to say, I want to start by extending, apologies and gratitude. We were on schedule for tomorrow. Well, maybe apologies for what's about to happen right now with my son.
Is this the one?
Yeah, you can eat that one. That one's yours.
No, this is the one.
Hi.
What?
This is my son, Keaton.
Hi there.
My coworker,
right? This is the one?
Yeah, it's bacon and spinach. So
no, is this the one?
Yes, it's egg. Okay.
No, is it with
thank
the
you.
one? Is it with
thank you. So I know that we all is we're teaching from home with our children. So we're multitasking and doing so many things. And I appreciate that we get to see this side of our colleagues because we're all going through it. And so we appreciate and we understand. And so no apologies necessary, Ebony.
Okay. He was, what he was asking? I was like, is it the what? And he's looking at it. It's a souffle. We went to Panera Bread this morning, through the drive. And he's saying, is it throw up? I'm sorry. I was like, what? No, it's egg. Anyhow. So thank you all for your patience. I appreciate that, Lori. But yes, yesterday we were on the agenda for 5:15, and actually at the time I was on the phone with Dr. Charlins as we were, figuring things out for our incoming Umoja cohort, and I just completely, it slipped my mind. So I just want to thank you, Lori and Doc, for the presentation that you did give on Umoja and for covering for me at that time. Okay, so really, this is quick and not too fancy or anything like that. I just wanted to take this moment to let our San Diego City College community know that there is an Umoja Club on campus, and Umoja is a program and a community of students. There are two branches to the Umoja program. Dr. Charlins is the coordinator, and there's a learning community. Okay, so Dr. Charlins, who is a coordinator and counselor for the program, runs the learning community overall. And we have classes that our students take together: math, personal growth, and English. And I am the English instructor and also the Umoja Club advisor. Okay, so I am here to extend an invitation to the San Diego City College community of students to the Umoja Club. You do not have to be a part of the learning community to be a part of our club or the leadership component of the Umoja program. And it's generally a space, Umoja is taught or the community is about Black and Afrocentric perspectives and experiences. We are here to support and uplift the Black community at large and within the San Diego City College campus. And so if this is an area of interest for you, there is a space, okay, in a community for that. And it is the Umoja Club, and we meet right now we're meeting on Thursdays because that's where we left off last semester, every Thursday at 3:30. And what I'm going to do is I'll share the Umoja email in the in the chat So you all can, all you have to do is send an email to there saying, please add me to the mailing list, and we'll get you added, and you'll get Zoom link information and et cetera for the meeting. So join us today. If you get that information here, let me go ahead and put that in there. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing the chat. Thank you, everyone, saying how cute my son is. I'm like, yes, on Zoom, when you're not with him every day and is stuck in this house. But no, he is very, very adorable. So it's SDCCD Umoja at gmail.com. Okay, that's the email you'd want to send an email to. And I guess quickly I can share my screen just to show a little bit about the community. I didn't do this last time, but okay. So you're interested in learning from an African-American perspective. And like I said, currently we are getting close to filling our learning community cohort. But I suppose if you have not yet secured your schedule, please feel free to email Dr. Charlins or go onto the City College homepage and find the Umoja program. Just search Umoja and you can complete an interest form. That is Dr. Charlins' email there. But it is an opportunity for leadership, okay, and to attend cultural events. And right now, and while we are all, quarantined or in our homes, I do believe the Umoja community will provide events and conferences and workshops and webinars for our students remotely. And Umoja is a statewide program. Okay, it's in a number of community colleges throughout the state of California and several of the four-year universities. And I usually rely on Dr. Charlins for all the historical context. She's an Umoja baby and birther of the Umoja program at San Diego City College, which I believe is entering its 13th or 14th year. And so she usually has all the stats, but she's busy working. And so this is just to highlight to you who our students are, and what we look like. We are a community of diverse people from all faiths and from all ethnicities, with a common care for our Black and African and Afro centric perspectives. And also, academic excellence, right? So it's not just social, right? Yes, that is there, and our students bond with one another, but they also support one another in their academic goals. And we call one another out too. We have a thing Umoja practice calls everybody's business, right? So if you don't show up to class, right, or we're not hearing from you, or you fall off some meetings, you can expect to hear from someone because we care about one another. And so this just gives an overview of the courses that are offered. But again, the Umoja Club is open to anyone. You do not have to be in the learning community to do that. So I will stop share. Again, just send your email to the SDCCD at gmail.com. And we will make sure you get an email to the link to the meeting this afternoon at 3:30. I know I'm supposed to have 15 minutes, but I don't feel like I have much more to say.
Is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course.
Because one of the, Ebony mentioned that she is the advisor to the Umoja Club, which is extremely active on campus. So, and I will say they've been very active even since we've been on COVID. And they've trainers, they've had training, students have had training, and particularly with the Black Lives Matter movement, there's a lot of different activities that Umoja has done with the students and all the professors that teach in the program, specifically to the cohort. Can you talk about any of the things like that you guys did during the last part of the spring semester and the summer? Because y'all were so active. I'm so proud of y'all.
Oh, thank you, Lori. And I just want to clarify, I forgot a piece to the email, so I updated it there. My apologies. It's SDCCD Umoja Club @gmail.com. Okay, I forgot the club there. So SDCCD Umoja Club @gmail.com. Just send a quick message saying you want to be added to the emails. But to answer your question, Lori, I think prior to us, leaving campus in March, our students had led a Black History Month. Several Black History Month programs, like the entire month they were doing things. We had Black Film Fridays, where we showed the 4-part series of Ava DuVernay's When They See Us. They also hosted a day of high school, like a day at City, right? From our local feeder schools, where we had close to 100 Black students come to campus, and we gave them lunch, and our students put together workshops and presentations for them, letting them know that San Diego City College, is a place where they are welcome by our community. And what else? There's some other things there. See, I usually have students on with me, but it's the first week, and I forget all of the things that they do, but they are very active and very busy, always looking for causes, right? And social justice. They work closely with Paul Alexander's Pillars of the Community. So they were also doing First Saturdays, prior to quarantine, where they would go out and volunteer at a community-led, like, small business fronts, and folks would come together, kind of like I guess what do they call those? Like a farmer's market, or like one of those. And so our students were always there with their Umoja shirts on, representing City College and Umoja, but also just helping out, right? They would help set up and check people in and things like that. So they were always very active in the community. Once we came into quarantine, and then in the wake of the murder, right? What we all saw, the brutal murder of George Floyd, our students did what they do, and they organized, and many of them were out during the protest. Some, leading in some ways, but they all leaned on one another and decided, it is important, right, that we continue this work. And so I'm so proud of, in particular, our Umoja Club president, Deja, who you come today. You'll meet her in our club meeting, and Jasmine, who's our Umoja treasurer, and Sam. There's so many, and those who couldn't go out to protest, lended support to our students that did. So they're continuing work. They're still thinking of ways to support. I know they're looking at programs that feed folks who are experiencing food insecurities and things like that. So they're looking at ways to continue the work, even while we're in quarantine. I'm just so very proud of them. They always show up. They also, work in terms and matters of things happening, issues and matters of justice on campus, right? Our students are experiencing things here within the institution, and they're vocal about it. And when they speak up, they expect change. I know, sometimes I find myself like, oh, are they doing too much? And I know I might have a slight reputation. It's like, oh, they're working with Tyree. It's going to be a lot, but a great Black woman, Zora Neale Hurston, who I love and respect very much, said, if you're silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. And so I inspire, I'm inspired by our students every day to speak up, about their struggles and their suffering, despite, what the backlash may be. And so I support them in that in every way. And I love San Diego City College. And I love that it's a place where our students are, fostering and honing these skills that are so necessary for the real world. Well, I shouldn't say real world, because City College is, a microcosm of that, but as they navigate their journeys, right, and paths in this life. So very, very proud of our students.
And just want to piggyback on what Ebony is talking about, is because what she's talking about, I see happening in real time. Umoja, as being one of the co-advisors to our Interclub Council, Umoja is one of the most active clubs on our campus. And I will just tell you that promoting Black excellence on a college campus really attracts students to San Diego City College. And because our social justice principles guide us to serve our students the best as we can. The shining examples of faculty are folks like Ebony and Dr. Charlins and Paul and Dr. Rob. I will just say that some of the excellent examples that have come out of the programming because of all the support have been, you know, Erin Harvey, who got a full ride to UC Berkeley, Mimi, who has, you know, she's working at City, but she also was awarded a full ride to National University. And so I know these students and I know the work that you do with them matters. And for you allowing them, when they say you're going to be working with Ebony, Tyree, well, I get excited because I already know what that's about and I know what our students respond to. So thank you for doing that work. That's so important to promote our social justice principles and institutional priorities.
Thank you, Lori.
You know, is there anything that you'd like to leave us with? You said what you quoted was very inspirational. And I will just say that through this Black Lives Matter movement, one of the things that I've been seeing in terms of quote is from Maya Angelou is, when you know better, you do better. So the challenge is at this point, we all know. So it's upon us, it's onus upon us to do better. So
yes,
thank you so much for.
Of course, you're welcome. And I just want to say one final thing. We, you know, in Umoja, we have also a saying, it takes a village. And so I really just want to acknowledge my colleagues, Dr. Charlins and Dr. Rob and Professor Alexander. You know, we work together. We're up late nights, you know, texting one another and trying to, you know, organize for our students and just finding the best possible ways to serve them. And I, you know, none of us could do this work alone because it's a lot. So I just want to acknowledge them as well as being very crucial to Umoja and the growth and the potential, right? And where we want to see ourselves in the future. So thank you. Please, students, you know, if this sounds like something you're interested in, send an email to that Gmail account and we'll get you on the mailing list, okay?
Thank you so much, Ebony. Appreciate you so much.
Welcome.
Take care. Have a blessed semester. Thanks for sharing with us today.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Keep doing those great things. And I'm going to transition into another person who also promotes social justice through his counseling efforts and committee efforts. This is Doc Rivera that I'm gonna introduce now. So without further ado, Doc, you've been here all week and you've been motivating our students. So let's keep the energy going. Here you go. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. It's great to be here. So happy that you had the opportunity this morning to see the countenance, the face of Ebony, Tyree, and to hear how she thinks and to feel her. She's one of the new faculty members here, the new generation of faculty. What we can look forward to, not only in our college, but our whole society. And that's what you're coming into. And you're our future. I just want that to sink in a little bit. You are the future. And we are so invested in being part of you being everything that's inside you. So one of the ways we do that is through the Extended Opportunities Program. See that right here? I'm highlighting that. That's EOPS. And when we go through these kinds of workshops, these kind of days, so much information comes our way, right? So you'll hear talking a little slower, talking a little faster, using a deeper voice, using a higher voice, all designed to have a little more flexibility in body, in our mind, to kind of take deep breaths and pauses, because there's just so much information, and you'll be able to hear this information many times as you go through your college experience. So I just want you to feel really comfortable right now that it's not, we know you're not going to memorize this stuff. We never intended it to be that way, just so that you can be exposed to it. Think about it for a few minutes, a few seconds, and then move on to the next topic. But as things come up at City, then you're talking, well, these terms, these ideas won't seem new to you. By the time you hear something around 7 times, the research says, then you start to say, hey, I think I have an idea. It's really an idea that's internalized. So here with EOPS, the Extended Opportunities Program, we keep all those things in mind when we work with you. So if you qualify for EOPS, and I'll share a little bit about that in a moment, then you get priority enrollment. That's enrollment that allows you to register right away, as soon as possible, but the first people who register for class that you can get the schedule that will be best suited for you. We also do academic, career, personal counseling, and also assist you in when you're ready to transfer to a college, if that's your goal and that's your choice. You'll see that Umoja does that, right? They give you the career counseling, academic counseling, personal counseling. Other programs do that too on campus, and you'll hear about some of those today. The difference with EOPS is that, for example, you could be a Umoja student and also be a part of EOPS. You could be a Puente student. You could be in a program called HUBU. You can be in many programs and still be a part of EOPS. And so EOPS was created like in the 1960s. It was a part of the civil rights movement. It's one of the first programs established to address the inequality in our society. Some of it that you heard about today with Professor Tyree. So, the basic difference between EOPS and everything else on campus is by law. We are required to go over and above whatever else is provided to you on campus. Over and above. That means that we are prepared, trained, and have the resources to do whatever is possible for you until everything is done that can possibly be done when it comes to your unique and individual situation. So that's kind of the difference with us. You also have a print card that's given to you. Now, right now, you won't need that as much, but it's about $25 to use the Xerox machines. They also pay for your Associated Student Membership, ASB, Associate Student Bodies, so you'll be able to participate in everything available to all students as a student. Sometimes there's special grants that are offered to the college, and sometimes some come to the EOPS, and we can add then some money to you as well. Then every semester so far, we've been able to provide a book grant. Some professors today are not using books. They develop their own materials like me. I teach personal growth 130 and 140. And so I develop my own materials. When I teach research and different levels of math, I also develop my own materials there. But some professors find it's better for them to use a book. And so that's what they do. So our book grant's about $250 last semester, and hopefully it'll be about the same this semester. And once you've achieved all of that and gotten a certificate or achieved your degree, we provide and pay for a cap and gown. So you can celebrate your graduation that way, and you're able to keep your cap and gown for as long as you want. And then also many of our students, they qualify for the honors program. They achieve very highly, have a high GPA. They work with us closely, we work with them, and then so they're able to achieve that honors program. So we will pay for your membership there as well. And then sometimes there's an EOPS scholarship, and specifically for EOPS students. And so you're able to compete for that. And this is the website. This page looks like what our page looks like on the City College web. And so here is our information. And so you can call, you can email. This is our website if you went right from Google. And here's our Instagram. We have some fun stuff there. Here are our hours. And here's the application if you want to apply. The deadline for this fall is September 11th. So Lori, any questions or anything you think I ought to mention here, this part of it?
I think no, you've done a wonderful job all week, Doc. Thank you so much. But would you share your screen so that the
oh my
viewers can
gosh,
see
I
it?
thought I was sharing my screen. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Oh my gosh, Lori, next time, please, you just feel free to interrupt me.
I
Oh
had said,
my goodness.
don't worry.
Now, what I want to tell you all out there is this is a moment for you to see how some of your professors make mistakes. And we're happy for you to point them out. So that's kind of like what Professor Tyree was saying. Hey, if you have pain, man, don't keep it silent. Share it. And that was you need to see visuals. Visual learning, auditory learning, tactical learning, all that together allows us to see and remember and experience more holistically what's going on. Thank you so much, Lori, for mentioning this. So these are the things. By the way, Lori, can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, they can. Thank you so much, Doc.
Okay, so these are the things I covered. Here's that priority enrollment and the ASB and the grants and the honors program. And then here's our phone number and our contact information. Here's the fall application deadline. And here's our little logo, EOPS. So also you see here, next up in care, that's also part of the EOPS family of services programs. So care basically is for people with students with children. And there's a little more detail there, but you can, if you have children and you're in the at City, you can check out care to see if you meet the other qualifications. And then there's a next step program, and that's mostly for foster care, people who have been in foster care, foster children. So there's the requirements there as well, and you could check that out with us too. So Lori, anything else I should cover or mention again?
I think you've covered it extensively for the EOPS program, and maybe you can hop into your wonderful personal growth.
Okay.
Thank you.
How much time is left for me?
You have 6 minutes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, then, since I have 6 minutes, I'm going to just go to one more slide here. Real quickly, I just want to show you the qualifications for EOPS. Be a state resident, be taking 12 units, although there could be flexibility here if things come up and you need to take less. Qualify for the Board of Governors, which is sometimes considered the Promise program. It's part of what you get involved with when you fill out your FAFSA. And not having taken more than 70 units. But then again, some of those units might not actually count for this. So what am I saying here? You can look at everything, appeal everything, because it might work for you. Even though you might think you don't qualify, my suggestion is apply anyway, because we in the OPS do everything we can to be creative and to really understand your situation. And sometimes we can explain it to the other parts of our college, and they can see that there's a way to serve you with that benefit, even though it's at first on the surface looks like you might not qualify. So always consider that as an appeal opportunity. So now I'm going to talk about personal growth. So college, for us, all of us at City College, we're like so totally into the idea of growth. Seems simple, right? But sometimes we forget it, especially as young people. I remember when I was young, or I was coming, or older even, when I had a lot of stuff on my mind, I think like, oh man, I just have so much on my mind. And I don't really realize that I'm actually growing every day with every breath. So city colleges use all its expertise to focus on that. What is the healthiest way to grow? What is the healthiest way to learn? So in Personal Growth 110, we look at your transition from wherever you're coming from mid-career or coming back after retirement or right out of high school or somewhere in between. How do you transition into the college environment? What's the culture of the college? How do you understand the rules and programs that you're being exposed to more deeply? So in Personal Growth 110, you get real clear exposure to how all of that works. It's a transition into college program. It even gets into a little bit about how you manage yourself in relationship to time, in relationship to new pressures, college pressures. The pressures of college, they're there, but they become like for example, when you put pressure on a pedal on a bike, the pressure is there, but when you know how to work with that pedal and turn it, then all of a sudden it makes you go faster and it doesn't feel like pressure. That's how college is once you learn to work it. So that pressure actually turns into movement and energy and growth. Personal Growth 110. And Personal Growth 120, you go a little deeper. There you get into things like emotional intelligence. What is it? How do you get better at managing your relationships? How do you get better at, because for example, if your relationships are rocky, you're sad, you're angry, you're hurt, you're confused, or you're like super happy, and you know how you get all that happy energy? How do we manage it so that it enhances our ability to study? Sometimes when our emotions get all involved with us, it's like we can't study. We're like reading, and we go like, what did I just read? I better read again. So learning how to manage emotions is something that happens in Personal Growth 120. Also going deeper into your educational plan. What are the options for the courses? You know, sometimes you can use 30 different courses to meet one requirement. But many times if you don't get exposed to that, then you think, well, I can only take English 101 to meet my English requirement. And sometimes there are other options depending on your degree, depending on where you want to go, depending on who you are. So in Personal Growth 110, we get into your personality. What really is your personality? And how does your culture affect that? If you're Black, or you're Black and female, you're Black and you have several gender options there. You're non-binary. So what is it, and how does that fold into how you learn, how your mind can most freely absorb information? So that's Personal Growth 120. And then Personal Growth 130, which is what I teach, is one of the courses I teach is a career class. How do you navigate all this information over a lifetime in life stages in terms of a career? So when you're 18 to 25, 25, 37, 37, 47, so 47, 55, 55, 70 now. How do you see career? There are 5 generations in the workforce right now. So how do you learn to work with all those people? Did you know that one major, psychology, might have 150 careers attached to it? Or the skills that you learn as a plumber can apply to law school if you ever wanted to go. So you learn about these things in Personal Growth that focuses on career. And then the last one is Personal Growth 140. And that's when we go really deeply into the soul. What are your dreams? What are those dreams that you've given up on or that you don't even remember anymore? And how do we surface those in a healthy way? And then how do we incorporate those into what you're doing in college? So that class is just a very deep personal growth class. Some of my students say it's one of the things that they've most valued in college because it freed them. It freed them to be more of who they are. They took the time to love themselves and to understand themselves and to learn tools for personal growth that apply over a lifetime. So if you're going to take personal growth, I hope you join me. If not, then I hope you decide to do it some other time or to take some other great professors that we have here. Okay, Lori, there you have it.
Yay! Thank you for that great enthusiasm and those great analogies that you shared with us, Doc. Appreciate you so much. I guess we'll see you a little bit later this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. So our next presenter is here, and I would love to introduce her. This is Gabriella Hogan, and just like the rest of there's something you can use in these presentations, and in this case, it's going to be on nutrition. So as I work to get her on the spotlight. There we go.
Hi,
All right.
can you hear me?
We can, Gabrielle. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. So we are here in my kitchen because we are going to be learning how to make a healthy smoothie that you can, oh, sorry. So a healthy a smoothie that you can make for breakfast or between meals. Anytime you're hungry, it's really great for summer when it's hot out, something cooler to eat. So that's what we're going to do today. And then I'm going to talk about some of the nutrition courses that we have at City College. So this is something that you don't need an exact measurement or recipe for. So really just kind of take in the idea of it, and you can apply it to any type of foods that you like. So one of my favorites is, it's kind of like a green smoothie, and we're going to be doing it with some spinach. We're going to be using some avocado, and then the fruits we're going to be using are some figs and blueberries. And again, you can substitute anything else. So if you prefer bananas or strawberries, you can throw those in also. And then we'll throw in some other stuff. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about some of the nutritional benefits. And then you can kind of get creative in your own kitchen and whip up some really fun smoothies that have a ton of nutritional benefits that are giving you energy, but they're also getting you a lot of nutrients. So the first thing we start with is just kind of a liquid. So I use an almond milk. I like to use an unsweetened one because there's less sugars in it. We don't need a lot of sugar in here. But if you want regular milk, if you prefer, there's so many milks nowadays. So you can do oat milk, rice milk, soy milk, anything that you prefer to have. So again, nothing precise in measurements. So we're just gonna pour enough. That looks about right. Okay. So got our liquid in. Perfect. Easy, right? And then we're gonna do a little bit of spinach. So I always have spinach at my house because it's the only thing that my 8-year-old son will eat for a vegetable. And he likes to eat it with ketchup. So it's something, right? Baby steps. So just a handful of spinach, but you can do any sort of leafy green. Spinach is great because one thing, it doesn't have a whole lot of taste to it. So you can blend it into anything and it's going to, you're not going to taste it. It's kind of just blends in and you get all the benefits. And some of the benefits with spinach is that you get, it's a great source of calcium. So let's say you're not doing dairy, you can get tons of calcium from your actual vegetables. So spinach, great source of calcium right here. Iron, magnesium, potassium. We got a lot of B vitamins like folate, vitamin A, vitamin K, and then fiber. So all those things packed into these little leaves. You don't even taste them, blend them right up, and you got your veggies, right? Even for breakfast, it's perfect. All right, so after the greens, I'm gonna do a little bit, I like to add a little bit of protein. This is like a vegan, vanilla flavored protein. The reason I like it is I don't do a lot of dairy myself. So I like to try to find non-dairy sources of protein, but you can always do a whey source if you prefer that, or whatever you have. And protein's so available nowadays at any grocery store, and we don't need a lot of it, but throwing a little bit into your smoothie is gonna help the benefit of kind of buffering the blood sugar spikes that we get after we eat something that has a carbohydrate or sugar in it. It's gonna make you feel satiated, so you're gonna feel like you have you've eaten something and you're feeling a little full and you're not hungry right away. And then of course we've got the benefits of protein, building those muscles, building all the tissues in our body, our enzymes, our antibodies. So we don't need a lot. I just do kind of not even a whole scoop. I just do a little bit just to add it in there. And I also like to find ones that don't have a lot of added sugar. So again, we don't need a lot of the sugar in there. So a little bit of protein. There's also like powdered egg white proteins out there too that you can use. All right, so we got our protein, we got our greens, we've got our milk source, and then we're gonna throw in some of the fruit. So I do frozen is awesome because it'll never go bad. You can pop it right in your freezer, have it at any time. And one of my favorite things to throw in smoothies lately has been figs. So frozen figs I've found at the grocery store. Figs are a really good source of fiber. And so fiber is a form of carbohydrate that we don't digest. We don't break it down. And one of the benefits of that is it just kind of goes through us. And it has a ton of benefits while it does that. So it's going to make us feel fuller. It's going to keep our blood sugar levels smooth. It's going to keep everything moving through your digestive system pretty healthy. It also is going to help bind to cholesterol. So it's going to help lower your cholesterol as well. So it's really great to have. So figs have great source of fiber, and really everything we're going to use today has a really good source of fiber as well. Try and think what else figs have. They have calcium, and they've got vitamin C, and they've got iron as well. So we don't need a lot, just a couple. Again, you can eyeball it and kind of do what you prefer. And they're really sweet. So this is really our sugar source. We don't need to add any sweeteners to the smoothie because the figs are going to sweeten it up for us. All right, blueberries are coming in next. I always have frozen blueberries. You can do fresh blueberries too, but frozen, again, great. They're not going to go bad. Throw a couple in there. Again, we're getting some great fiber, vitamin C, vitamin A, tons of antioxidants, polyphenols that are in which give it the blue color. They're really good for us. And then we're also going to some of these magnesium as well, and they also help with our cholesterol levels too. So right there in your blueberries, and they're really low in sugar too.
Gabriella, okay. May I ask a quick question from, we have a question from the audience that, what if we can't buy protein? Is there something other than that that they might already have at home, because sometimes protein is expensive?
Yeah.
So what could be affordable, an affordable alternative?
For protein?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
most of the things we're going to be using have a little bit of protein anyways, so you can bump that up a little bit. You can add some nut butters, so like almond butters, peanut butters. We're going to be adding some chia seeds here in a little bit, and those are a really good source of protein, so you can kind of just up that a little bit as well. And then whatever milk source you use, you can take a look at that and try to get a higher protein in your milk source. I wouldn't suggest putting raw eggs in your smoothies, but some people have found like dried egg white products or stuff like that. So a lot of the foods we are going to use already have a source. So don't worry if you can't find an isolated source. That just ups it a little bit more for you.
Perfect, thank you.
No problem. All right, so we did our figs, we did our blueberries. So now we're going to do a little bit of fat. And we're going to do some avocado, and we don't need a lot of it. Avocados are very nutrient dense, but they're also very calorie and fat dense. So in one avocado, you're getting about 29 grams of fat just in one avocado. So we don't want the whole thing. We're just going to take maybe about a fourth of it. So a couple spoonfuls is fine. And this is going to also help the smoothie kind of be really smooth and creamy texture, but we're also getting fiber and we're getting protein right in the avocado. It's a really healthy fat. It's a monounsaturated fat, and it has a lot of benefits for us. Vitamin C, vitamin B6, and magnesium all in this little guy. And of course, they taste amazing. And the avocado is great because it can go either way. It can go with sweet stuff, and then of course it can go with more savory stuff. So we're gonna put a little bit of avocado there, and of course you always want to use your avocados right when they're ripe, so it's a great way to use them up. And then lastly, I believe, is our chia seeds. So chia seeds, they've gained a lot of popularity over the years, but they've been around forever. They were really popular in the Aztec and Mayan times, and the word chia is actually derived is a Mayan word for strength. So they used to use these seeds to try to build strength because the seeds themselves have protein, they've got tons of fiber, they've got what's really great about them is they have the source of fat they have is an omega-3 fatty acid, which is really good for us. That's the fat we really want to strive to get in our diets. Tons of research has been coming out with omega-3s. We've known for a while with heart health, brain health, and we're starting to see mood as well. So we're seeing lower depression rates with higher levels of omega-3s in our diet. So it's really amazing. Yeah, and you can sprinkle it kind of like as a topping anywhere. I used to tell my son there were sprinkles, then he got on to me. But we can blend them in our smoothies. They're really great. They're really great on oatmeal. And again, they don't have a taste really. So you can really put them anywhere. And where's my spoon go? Okay, so I'm just going to do a little spoonful. They're really packed with a lot of nutrients. And I'm going to put them right there in the blender. All right, I think we got everything that we need in our blender now, so we can just blend it all up and get it nice and smooth. All right, that should do it. Well, it was going to be green, but the blueberries made it more of a purple smoothie. So depending on what you put on it. And then now you can see right there in your smoothie, you can have it for breakfast, just in between meals. Really good to have if you're about to go out somewhere where there's going to be a lot of food. This will help keep you satiated and feeling pretty good, so you're not feeling like you want to snack and eat everything in the world. And you've got tons of nutrients all right here. We've got great sources of protein, fat, fiber, tons of vitamins and minerals right there. So it's a great way to start your day or just kind of have in between your day. Super easy. You don't even know how to cook. It's fine, right? You just blend it all up and really easy to clean. I just throw some water, soap in the blender and clean it all up. So this is just something I wanted you guys to have to take home, play around in your kitchen with and find some really good recipes. So we talked a lot about the nutrients in these foods, and I want you to also think about we're going to learn about all these nutrients. That's what we do in nutrition class. So a lot of people are like, well, what do you learn in nutrition? Are we just going to talk about food? And we do, but what nutrition actually is, it's the science. It's the science about how our body is going to use these nutrients. So how are we going to digest the nutrients? How are we going to absorb them, metabolize them, use them for energy? What does our body do with those nutrients? And then this also helps us, just knowing about this stuff, helps us make decisions, right? We go through our day and we're like, you know what? I'm going to pick that food instead of this food because I know all the good stuff it's going to do for me. Or I know all the bad stuff that food might do for me. So when we know more, we make better choices. So we offer 2 nutrition courses here at San Diego City College. We offer Nutrition 150, which is kind of like a fundamentals class where you're going to dive into learning about the macronutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, the micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, and how they work in our body, how our body processes them and uses them for energy, and what it does with those nutrients. And then we have Nutrition 170, which is nutrition and fitness. And we learn some of the same stuff, but now we learn how to apply it to using it for energy, for a sport, for an activity. How does our body and what sources of energy does our body use to do the things we want to do? So if we're going to go for a walk or a run, different types of athletes, building strength, building endurance, and what kind of nutrients does our body really need for those activities? So that's what we learn in nutrition class. So it's really fun class, and now of course we're offering them both online, so you can take them in your pajamas.
Thank you so much. That was so informational. I've learned a lot about nutrition in just this short demonstration. By the way, thank you for thinking to do that demonstration live and in front of a live audience. Chia seeds I already love, so I didn't realize how much value in terms of our health that it helps us overall. You know, you talked about depression and, you know, nutritional, but all different kinds of things.
Yeah, no, there's so much to learn about our food, and that's what makes it interesting because it's applicable. We actually eat food all the time, so it's really good to know, like, what am I eating? What is this going to do for me? What are all the benefits I'm getting?
Well, we thank you for hosting and right from your kitchen, which is beautiful.
Oh, thank
And
you.
thank you for the demonstration. And we're going to see you later for another presentation for yoga. So for those who want to do some interactive yoga, um, Gabriella will be right back with us this afternoon.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll be doing yoga later.
Thank you so much
You're
for letting
welcome.
us come in from your home. Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.
Appreciate you. Take care. Bye-bye. So thank you so, like, I don't know, that was so phenomenal. I appreciate you so much for everyone that's coming in and doing these wonderful presentations for our students and for us. This is something that I think everybody's hungry for, pardon the pun, from the smoothie. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you all so kindly. So we're going to go to our next presentation, and I'd like to introduce Lisa Chaddock, and I'll allow her to, yes. Hi, Lisa. I'll let her explain her many roles in our Audubon Club and programming. Thank you so much for coming, Lisa.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. This is a wonderful opportunity. First off, I do have a video, a different video this time. We have a lot of videos from our Audubon Club. They can be seen on our Facebook, which is Facebook with San Diego Audubon, or San Diego City College Audubon Club is on Facebook. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, and we have a lot of videos because right now we're a little bit stuck. So, but we do have one project we can still participate in and be outdoors. So if you're looking for an outdoor opportunity, that's also available. We are a national Audubon campus chapter. So we are accredited through them. We are also associated very closely with San Diego Audubon Society, and we do a lot of projects with San Diego Audubon, including the Otay Valley Regional Park project, where we're putting in a hummingbird and butterfly garden similar to the one we have here on campus. Well, on campus, I'm not there right now. We also are involved with the Grand Caribe project, where we're putting a hummingbird project on Coronado, well, actually on Silver Strand, kind of, Coronado. And then we work with the National Urban Wildlife Refuge for U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and that's associated too with the Otay Valley Regional Park. So those two projects we do every year, and all the time actually, because we have a grant where we're out putting in plants. We've put in over 300 plants at Otay Valley Regional Park for this garden. So it's very exciting. Our membership is about 100 people now because we lost about 25 last semester to transferring. So we need more members. That's where you guys come in. Please email me, and I have my email in the chat here, lchaddoc@sdccd.edu. Email me for more information. And if I can share screen, I can show the video. Is that all right? Yes, there we go. So here is one of our videos. Okay, stop share. Let's turn that off. Are there any questions? I have questions.
Well, first of all, Lisa, thank you so much. I am now, just by watching that short video, I miss our students so much.
I know.
And I miss seeing them every Friday at our interclub council meetings. And just wanted to talk about the wonderful things that you have done for your butterflies and the hummingbirds at the San Diego City College campus, because I know that the garden right in front of student affairs,
yeah,
we call it the butterfly and the hummingbird garden because they're always there. So
yeah,
can you tell us about the project where your students, because the Audubon Club, the students in it, they may have used twigs kind of thing to help repopulate and draw hummingbirds?
yeah. We've done a lot of things on campus. We got a grant to put in a garden that goes from 16th Street to Rusk on by the S building. And that spread after that to next to the library in front of the student building. We have put in, well, all kinds of hummingbird plants and monarch butterfly milkweed plants through these various grants. Now we've had 2 of them. And then we had a project where we took yarn and cut it up into pieces and tied it onto string so that, and then put it in the trees. And the birds would come and get the little pieces of yarn to put in their nests. And that way, when we were looking in the trees to see if we could monitor their nesting, we could find the nests pretty easily because some of them had some bright colors in them. But it also helped them to find nesting material, which was nice. We've done a lot of projects at City College. We have one that's right in the courtyard by the sundial, where it's all milkweed. And that one was our first project, and we hatched 43 monarch butterflies out of that garden. And this semester, since we're at home, the students in the Audubon Club went ahead and picked up some of the little larvae and a couple of plants and some seeds for the milkweed, and raised the monarchs at home, and then went out to the Otay Valley Regional Park and released them, which was so exciting. They sent pictures, they did a video, they released lots and lots and lots of monarchs. And that's just one part of what we do, right? Is we're helping the monarchs, we're helping the hummingbirds. And by having an oak tree by the S building, that tree is a hummingbird hangout along with warblers and other birds. So it's been really exciting. Since we started this project, we have gone from having, I believe, 3 hummingbirds, 1 black phoebe, and some pigeons, to having a huge diversity, at least 25 different varieties of birds on campus, including our own. We have a red-tailed hawk that shows up, and we have a red-shouldered hawk that shows up. And then we have a flock of crows, and crows are not the bad guys, right? Everyone thinks they're bad guys, but they're actually really good, is that they're good species. They fit into the ecosystem. So to have all of these species show up in flocks, we've even had flocks of cedar waxwings now come through the campus on their way to Balboa Park. It's been astounding. So it's great work. I employ usually 3 to 4 students a semester on campus. And then we got a grant last year to employ another 4 students at San Diego Audubon in internship roles. So we're working to make sure that students of every major can have an opportunity to try out a job in research, in outreach, in government work, like it's NGO, right? Non-governmental organization work, trying to figure out sustainability, we call it regenerative sustainability, is systems that will regenerate on their own and be organic, right, in their systems. So you can learn an awful lot by working with Audubon. And like I said, we have all majors. The fellow that was doing the planting in that video, he's an engineer. We have history majors, psychology majors, biology, a lot of biology majors, of course, and geography majors, GIS. But we also have history and philosophy. We have a philosophy major. He's wonderful to talk to. So it really doesn't matter what your major is. If you have a heart for the birds, or if you like bird watching, like I do, I'm always out watching the birds if I'm not on the computer, that this is a good club. And I don't know if any of my students could get here because I think some of them have classes right now that are synchronous. But Karina was here the other day, and like she said, it's like a family. It's like a family. And we were awarded the 2019 Campus Chapter of the Year Award from National Audubon. And it was pretty spectacular. We flew to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the national convention. So we are hoping to go to the national convention in 2021 if COVID settles down a bit at Tacoma, Washington. And we took I took 5 students last time. I'd like to take 10.
That sounds. Well, one of the things I wanted to say also is, like Audubon Society, the club and the programming that it is award winning, and there's so many different places, not just around San Diego County, that you will see you at in your videos. You're one of the most active clubs on campus. And one of the things I just learned, I didn't realize that you had all kinds of different majors from different students. It's just their interest in birds. So that's just phenomenal. Thank you for that phenomenal work that you do.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. And thank you for sharing with us.
You're very welcome. And again, if you have any questions, please email me. And like I said, save the birds, save the world. That's where we are.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Lisa. Appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful semester.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lori. I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds great. I'll look forward to it. Take care and have a great day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. So the last presentation, that concludes our morning session for Welcome Week this Thursday. I hope many of you are inspired by all of the different presentations. It's exciting for me to see what my colleagues are doing. I don't get to see them often except through Zoom, but this, when they're presenting to students, is the best part of it. So I get to see, vicariously what it's like to be a student in their classrooms. And I have to say, City totally rocks. So thank you for joining us today. Our next session will begin at 3:15 this afternoon. Hope to see you then. Until then, have a great rest of your day.